So you're thinking about moving to Ewa Beach in Oahu, but you're really not sure about the area. What we're going to do in this video is give you a map tour, a Google map tour of the area. So you'll have a layout of the land. We're going to point out different areas where people go for their shopping, what the commute could be like to your work if you work downtown, or if you're in the military, how far is it from the different military installations in Oahu, and really give you a feel what the neighborhoods are like and everything like that. And if you haven't already, at the end of this video, you can check out our pros and cons of Ewa Beach, where we really go in depth of the area in more detail. So be sure to check that out after this video. And so strap on your seatbelt, we'll get to it right now. So first, I'll give you an overview of the island of Oahu. And if you can see down here, Ewa Beach, and let me pull up my little drawing app, but Ewa Beach is located down here on the west side of the island here, which we call the leeward side. And more popular areas are Ewa Beach and Kapolei on the west side. And the north shore here is home to Haleiwa, and of course Turtle Bay, which is in Kahuku, and the famous surf spots on the island. We're all on the North Shore. And then here on the east side, which we call the windward side, it's home to Kailua and Kaneohe. Of course, the southern tip, we have Diamond Head and Hawaii Kai. And just for reference, Ewa Beach here, it's about a 20-25 minute drive with no traffic to the airport, which is located right in here. And downtown, it takes about 35 minutes to drive to downtown in non-rush hour traffic. And keep in mind, you may know this already, but we're pretty infamous for having really bad traffic during rush hour. So what could normally be a 20-25 minute drive to the airport from Ewa Beach, during rush hour traffic, you could be looking at an hour and a half to the airport or into downtown. And keep that in mind too, for obviously for business, or if you're in the military and you're stationed at the military bases, like for example Schofield Barracks is in Wahiawa. We have Schofield Barracks and Wheeler. It's only a half-hour drive, non-rush hour, but could be 45 minutes to an hour to commute there. And the same thing with Pearl Harbor, which is right here. It's only a 25-minute drive, but with rush hour, maybe an hour. So consider that. And the furthest installation from Ewa Beach is on the windward side, of course, and that's your Marine Corps base. It's a good 45-50 minute commute in non-rush hour, but with rush hour, you're looking at an hour and 15 minutes. Gosh forbid there's an accident on the H1 or H3, then you're looking at an hour and a half, 2-hour commute. Just keep that in mind. A lot of people prefer to live in Kaneohe or Kailua that are stationed at the Marine Corps base. Okay, now I'll zoom in Now I'm going to zoom in to Ewa Beach, and it's our zip code. The zip code here is 96706. So I'll just type that in. Here we are. Ewa Beach, just so you know, it's right at the H1, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so you can see a little more detail of where it is in relation to Pearl Harbor right here. The Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam is right there. So not too many miles, probably what, 10 miles away. But again, in rush hour traffic, it's a good hour. It could be a good hour drive. So people ask, what's it like to live in Ewa Beach? And basically, Ewa Beach is what I like to describe as an oversized neighborhood. It's really family friendly. There's tons of development going on. And it reminds a lot of people that live on the mainland, since there's so much development and newer homes, it reminds them a lot of living on the mainland. That being said, there are a lot of older areas as well to Ewa Beach. There's actually a historic area here, as well as Old Ewa, what we call Old Ewa, in the lower region of Ewa Beach along the coast here. And we'll take a deeper dive into that when I show you some of the neighborhoods. So although it's a family-friendly neighborhood, there are no big box stores to speak of, like in Ewa, so that we don't have a Walmart or a Costco or a Target, but there is convenience shopping for regular, typical grocery stores like Safeway, and here on Oahu, we have Foodland. Something to consider too, I don't know if this is a negative for you, but we don't have a movie theater in Ewa Beach, but there are a couple of movie theaters next door in Kapolei. But what Ewa Beach may lack in, say, big box stores or movie theaters, what we do have, we're close to the beaches, and there are 6 golf courses in Ewa Beach. 4 are public golf courses and 2 are private golf clubs. If you're concerned about healthcare, we are in close proximity. Ewa Beach does have Queens Medical Center in West Oahu, which is right off the H1 here, our main freeway. And there are a couple urgent care clinics as well for your convenience. Okay, so let me take you on a little map tour. The main street in Ewa is Fort Weaver. It's exit 5 off the H1. It takes you all the way down south here. So going back to the commute, if your commute is, say, downtown Honolulu, we're going to type that in here, give you an idea of how far your drive would be. You're looking at a 35-minute commute. Right now it's 3:30 p.m. During the day, earlier in the day, without rush hour traffic, it's about a 25-minute commute. But in the middle of height of rush hour, you're looking at a good hour drive, maybe an hour and 10 minutes for downtown Honolulu or even like Waikiki, for example. But if your commute is to, say, if you're stationed in Schofield Barracks, if you're in the military and you're stationed in the Schofield Barracks, your commute is just 24 minutes. But again, I would tack on another 20 minutes or 30 minutes during rush hour traffic. If your commute is to Pearl Harbor, if you're stationed at the Joint Base, Pearl Harbor, Hickam, your commute is 25 minutes, but in rush hour, I would tack on another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, now we go back to the overview of Ewa Beach. The newest and most popular shopping center is Laulani Village, and it has your typical stores that you'd find. We have Safeway, we have Ross Dress for Less, we have Buffalo Wild Wings, we have a UPS store, pretty much anything you'd find in a typical shopping center. There are 2 parts to Ewa Beach. There's an old Ewa and newer developed neighborhoods. Ewa Beach is pretty much a lot of new developments. They're called PUDs, planned urban developments. We have up to 60 different neighborhoods, micro neighborhoods in Ewa Beach. And most of those are, like I mentioned, the planned urban developments with HOAs, and it's a lot of newer development. It's all types of housing from condominiums to townhomes. And we have beautiful single family homes on golf courses. So here in Ewa Beach, population of about 80,000 just in the 17 square miles of Ewa Beach. All types of housing from single family homes to condominiums to townhomes to apartments. Westlock Estate, for example, are homes that were built in the 70s. And then Ewa Gentry homes, there are huge housing development, and that's pretty much spread throughout Ewa Beach here. One of the most popular neighborhoods is Ocean Point here, as well as Hawakale, which is right next door. Down here by the ocean we have Ewa Beach. We can find homes, Old Ewa, which is very transitional. So here in Ewa Beach, there's really one main street, which is Fort Weaver, and it's exit 5 off the H1. Back in the day, there was really only one way in and one way out, about 10 years ago. But with there's always new development going on in Ewa Beach. And with that, the cartway here is now a new exit to the H1, which makes it a convenient access for many of the neighborhoods to jump on the H1 for your commute. But what I'd like to do now is show you just a few neighborhoods so you can get an idea of what it's like. Ewa has a population of upwards of 80,000 people, and there are dozens of different neighborhoods and upwards of 60 different micro neighborhoods. So we wouldn't be able to cover them all in this segment, but I did choose several of the more popular neighborhoods so you can get an idea of the area. We'll start with Westlock. Westlock has the closest proximity to the freeway, and people like it because it's quiet and it's a peaceful area. And they started building those in the 80s. So they are older homes. It's probably the oldest master plan community in Ewa Beach. So the homes don't have like central air conditioning like the newer construction found in some of the newer neighborhoods like Ocean Point and Waikele and Ho'opili, for example, which we'll be covering later in this video. But what Westlock does offer is a variety of entry-level condominium complexes, townhomes and single-family homes, and some like located right on the golf course. So Ewa Beach is really known for all their master plan communities. So you have a mix of newer construction and much older construction, homes that were built in the late 1800s, early 1900s, like plantation style homes. For example, Ewa Villages is a historic landmark here on Oahu, and they are the older style plantation homes. But the majority of Ewa Beach is master plan communities, and Ewa Gentry builders have developed lots of homes throughout Ewa Beach. And it's a mix of residential homes, residential spaces, and dozens of different neighborhoods, condominiums and townhomes and single family homes. And they all range in price from $500,000 for the condominiums, upwards of $800,000 to the low to mid $800,000s, as high as $1.5 million for a 2,500 square foot home in Halakea, for example, which would give you views of the Hawaiian Prince Golf Course. So from Westlock Estates, you shoot down a little further south, and here you'll find the Ewa Gentry developments. Ewa Gentry offers a variety of different types of housing, from condos, townhomes, single family homes. They can start anywhere from the 800,000 price point upwards to $1.5 million for a 2,500 square foot home right on the Halakea golf course. A community like that looks like this. This is what a community in Halakea would look like here. So you can see they're really well-built homes. It's a very pretty area. Of course, it's part of a homeowners association here. All of the planned urban developments are part of HOAs, and those HOAs vary in price from anywhere from about $80 a month upwards to $350 a month. The HOAs that cost upwards of $350 a month will have a wonderful community, a really nice community swimming pool. So the two main streets, as I'd mentioned in Ewa Beach, are Fort Weaver Road and the Kapolei Parkway. West of Fort Weaver, you'll find Ocean Point, which is a really popular neighborhood. And Ocean Point is probably the most popular neighborhood and gets a lot of buzz from military families who PCS to Oahu. It's one of the master plan communities that offer a variety of housing styles, for like single family homes to townhomes. The average sales price for a townhouse in Ocean Point ranges typically like around 700 grand for 1,100 square foot townhome, all the way up to like 900 grand for 1,400 square foot townhome at the fairways on the golf course. Let me see if I can find a picture of the golf course. It's family friendly because there are lots of sidewalks. You can see people just walking around in the mornings or after work with their dogs, and people biking around. And so I showed you Westlock and Ewa Gentry homes. Zoom in a little closer so I can just show you some other little landmarks. I mentioned the Foodland Supermarket and Safeway Supermarket. There's Hawaii Prince Golf Club to the right. There's Ocean Point here, and if you go further down Fort Weaver, and this is where you enter into older Ewa, and we actually call it Old Ewa. And here you have much older homes that were built in the 50s. They're plantation style homes, and you have brand new construction going on as well. And this is really, if you want oceanfront property, this is where you can get in for about $1.5 million or a little more to be right on the ocean. So it allows, quote, affordable housing. This is where least expensive places on the island have oceanfront property, unless you're going to go further out west to Waianae and Maile. So here's a Laulani Village shopping center that I'd mentioned. And it's your typical like American style, mainland style shopping center. Of course, you've got the Safeway, you've got City Mill, which is kind of like our local Home Depot. Home improvement shop, you've got the McDonald's and the Walgreens and the Ross, Dress for Less. And if you scroll a little further, you've got a couple banks, you've got a Petco, a gas station, and it's only a 5-minute drive from basically anywhere in Ewa Beach. So in this segment, I wanted to show you all the golf courses in Ewa Beach. You know, obviously Hawaii is a golfer's paradise, and Ewa Beach is no exception. There are 6 courses just in this town alone. 4 are public and 2 are private golf clubs. I want to start with Westlock Golf Course here. So you've got Westlock on the northern tip here of Ewa Beach, and a little further down Fort Weaver to the left, you've got the Hawaii Prince Golf Club, which is just gorgeous. And west of that, you have Coral Creek Golf Course, which is it's a nice course, but it's another public course. But Barbers Point, if you want probably the least challenging course, this is it right here. You do need to have military access. You do need a military ID or know someone that's Barbers Point is an 18-hole golf course for military clients. So if you know someone in the military and you're not in the military, then you can be invited as their guest. And they have 64, which is a great spot it's a sports bar and grill, and anybody can eat there. It's known for the local food and cool live entertainment, live music. Great spot to go. They have karaoke on Wednesdays and a great Sunday brunch. It's all around really good fun. And we have two country clubs. We have Ewa Beach Country Club and Hawaii, which is the newest country club, just next door to Ocean Point. It's right, and it's opposite Waikiki, which is the new surf pool, and the latest spot here. It's got America's largest surf pool, and a couple fine dining restaurants, and it's a really awesome spot to have lunch or dinner right on the water. And Waikiki also has a farmer's market on Thursdays you can check out. So here I wanted to show you the beaches, and I discussed quite a bit about it in our video of pros and cons of living in Ewa Beach. And the beaches, one of the great draws of living in Ewa Beach is a close proximity to the beaches, right? They're not as beautiful as, say, Lanikai and Kailua on the windward side, but the best part of the beaches in Ewa Beach is that they're not overpopulated by tourists. So you won't be dealing with lots of tourists, which is that's what you prefer. On the bottom left here is White Plains Beach. Let me zoom in a little bit. Oneula Beach Park right here, where the locals call How Bush. And this is actually the closest beach to Ocean Point. And a little further east, you have Puuloa Beach Park here. And again, it's not filled with tourists, and so they're very quiet. There will probably only be like 1 or 2 people on the beach anytime you go there, which is pretty awesome. And then a little further east is Iroquois Point. And little best kept secret is one of our favorite little spots is Iroquois Point. There's a great restaurant right on the beach called Delish, which is it's only open on some days of the week, and it's open on the weekends as well. But it's a great restaurant. They have different international themed dishes. It's a really fun spot to check out. It's one of our best kept secrets here in Ewa Beach, and if you're not a local, you're probably not going to know about it. But the cool thing about these beaches, if you're the type of person who wants to learn how to surf, well, these are the beaches that are going to be great for you. So White Plains Beach here and Oneula Beach Park, what the locals call How Bush. These are great spots to learn how to surf because the waves aren't huge and they're pretty consistent. And that wraps up our map tour of Ewa Beach. So if you're looking for a town that's got the neighborhood vibe with some nice beaches and great golf courses and convenience to the shopping centers, Ewa Beach could be a great spot for you. If you have any questions that weren't covered in this map tour, we have 2 pretty comprehensive videos, the pros and cons list of living in Ewa Beach, as well as our vlog tour. And of course, feel free to reach out and shoot us a text or email or give us a phone call. Here at Home Sweet Home Hawaii, we help people all the time, just like you, who are thinking about making their move to Hawaii. And we're here to make your move as smooth and stress-free as possible. That's all for today, and aloha. Have a great one.